God, it's so cold outside. What's up everybody, welcome to another video. My name is Tom and today I want to talk about the new PolarPro ND filters for the DJI Mavic Air and whether they are worth it or not. So as some of you might remember, a few weeks ago I actually did a review for the PolarPro ND filters for the DJI Spark and they were pretty amazing. Then DJI announced the Mavic Air. I bought the Mavic Air, sold the Spark and all the accessories I got for it, and of course I had to get myself some of the all new ND filters for the Mavic Air. But before we get into this, let's just recap what ND filters do and how they can help us to get a cinematic look in our footage. So there are a few aspects on what makes footage look cinematic, and one of the most important is the motion blur. To get motion blur in your footage, you need to get the shutter speed to something around double your frame rate. So if you're shooting 24 frames per second, you need your shutter speed to be something around 50. If you ever shot in bright lighting conditions, what most of you probably do all the time with a drone, all you can do to avoid an overexposed image is to crank up your shutter speed to mostly above 1000, which is way too high to get any motion blur in your footage. With such a high shutter speed, you mostly get some really jittery looking images and it's all way too sharp and the motion looks kind of strange. It's just not cinematic at all. So all we can do to get the shutter speed down to double our frame rate is to use an ND filter, which is just something like sunglasses for our camera. And PolarPro produces some of the highest quality drone accessories. They produce highly acclaimed ND filters for, I guess, all DJI drones, and they also produce some other accessories for the drones, and there will actually be a little giveaway at the end of this video. So definitely stick around until the end if you want to win some free PolarPro products for your DJI Mavic Air. But now let's talk about the all new ND filters. So as with the Spark ND filters, the overall quality of the product is just amazing. They come in this little case which has some kind of rubber coating on the back, so it feels really high quality. The box actually opens pretty hard, so you can be pretty sure that it won't open accidentally on its own. And with this new Vivid collection you get 3 ND filters which are actually all polarized. You get an ND4, an ND8 and an ND16, which is for really bright lighting conditions. So you're probably good to go for like all shooting conditions you will find yourself in with your Mavic Air. And what's actually really amazing about these new ND filters for the Mavic Air is that they are really easy to attach. With the Spark it was some kind of struggle because you had to clip them on the back of the gimbal on these little holes of the fan, and I didn't really like this method to get them on my camera because you really had to move the camera a lot, and I sometimes was really scared to just, I don't know, slip off and break my gimbal accidentally. But with the Mavic Air all of this has changed because now DJI actually put this little ring on the front of the camera which you can screw off, and then you can just screw the ND filter on top of it. This way you don't have to move your gimbal too much, you just grab it like this, take off the ring, and then you put the ND filter on top. It's really easy, it's really safe. Don't tighten it too much because of course you want to get the ND filter off after flying. But even if you wouldn't take it off after flying, you could still put on the gimbal protector even with the ND filter attached. And this is just a really great design for me. So if you want to save some time and you know you're gonna need the ND filter on your next flight, just leave it on, put the gimbal protector on top, and you're good to go. So the build quality is really great. PolarPro also offers a lifetime warranty on all of their filter products, which is just amazing in my opinion. But now let's talk about how good they actually work on the Mavic Air. I went out this afternoon and filmed some shots on this little pond I found in a park nearby, and I filmed one flight without any ND filter and one with the ND16. And if you compare both shots, you can really see the difference in the motion blur. Without any ND filter, I had to crank up the shutter speed to, I guess, exactly 1000, and there is no motion blur at all. Then I put on the ND filter, turned down the shutter speed to 50, and now it looks really smooth. All the jittery look is gone and it's just way more cinematic. And since the Vivid collection from PolarPro is also polarized, they reduce some of the reflections coming from shiny surfaces, and that helps you to get rid of this harsh look you get sometimes when shooting with the drone in sunlight. All the leaves and the water and everything just reflect the light onto your camera sensor, and sometimes all you see is just reflections all over your image. And even though a polarized ND filter won't turn down the reflections totally, it helps to make your images look a little bit softer. And this helps you to get the colors in your images more natural and saturated. And therefore alone a polarized filter for your drone is really good to have. So in general, there are three things how these new ND filters for the Mavic Air can help you to get professional looking footage out of your Mavic Air. They allow you to get motion blur in your footage, they turn down the reflections, and they make your colors more vivid and natural. So with these three aspects, are they worth the money? In my opinion, definitely. They cost around 80 bucks, and this is just a really reasonable price, especially if you think about how expensive normal ND filters for your regular cameras are. And with this pack especially, in my opinion, you're really well prepared for probably all shooting conditions. So if you recently got yourself a Mavic Air and you want your footage to look more cinematic, definitely check out these ND filters by PolarPro. They are, in my opinion, the best out there. They are a little bit more expensive than other brands, but with the lifetime warranty, with the build quality, they are definitely worth it. And now let's talk about the giveaway. So besides the ND filter pack, I also got this storage case from PolarPro, which is just really amazing. So you have these custom built holes for all the stuff you need for flying the Mavic Air. You got the controller here, the charger and the cables. You can stick 3 batteries in here, one in here and one in your drone. The drone goes up in here. Here you can put your extra propellers, your ND filters, everything else you need. And the case is just really well built. It's lightweight, but it's really hard, so I definitely would trust this to hold my drone. You have an extra shoulder strap in here, which you can put on the case. So this is just a really useful and well-built case in my opinion. And this is why I'm going to give this away to some of you owning a Mavic Air. I probably wouldn't use this too often because most of the time when I'm out with the drone, I also carry my camera and all the other equipment with me, and therefore I just got my camera back. So I just want to avoid that this really great case just sits on my shelf all the time. And that is why some of you can now win this case. All you have to do to win is like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment below telling me what it is that you really love about the Mavic Air and why you did get it. The giveaway will be open for 2 weeks and I will announce the winner on the 2nd of March. Everybody can participate, but of course it makes a lot more sense if you actually own a Mavic Air, or you plan on buying a Mavic Air, or you already bought it and you're just waiting to get it shipped to you. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. Definitely check out some of these ND filters if you want to get your drone footage look more cinematic. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up to support my channel. This really helps a lot. Subscribe to see more videos like this, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.